My name's Danica. I am from Perth. Well, I'm from Scotland. Sort of grew up in Perth. Currently live in Darwin. Met up with Margie in Darwin through meetups, and I had learned EFT a long time ago, but never ever used it. So through Margie, got introduced to FasterEFT, and Pam came up for a weekend seminar, which was wonderful, and have been doing some of Pam's Happiness Seeker monthly things. As soon as the seminar this week came online, I knew way in advance that I was going to sign up for it, so I signed up straight away and turned up for it, have learnt heaps, and I was blessed and fortunate enough to be sitting in the front row right under Robert's eyes, and was called up to be tapped on. Now, I'm 62 years old this year. I've always had these big walls, you know, to keep people at a distance, and kept myself safe, and never married, never had kids. You know, my mother's pretty fucked up, so I didn't want to bring kids into the world and stuff them up, and apart from that, it was all too scary and everything anyway. So I got tapped on the other day around my mother issues, which isn't, I know now it's not my mother, it's me, and my sisters, who are bitches, but apparently I'm a bitch. I still don't believe that one. And yeah, since then, oh well, even before that, there's been movement in the family. I was actually able to reconnect with two of my sisters that I haven't spoken to for a long time, and my mother actually sent flowers to one of my sisters for her birthday the other day, which she was waiting for my sister to, you know, apologise to her. So yeah, there's been changes around Mum. Dad's still pretty stuck, and he's actually constipated at the moment, which I looked in the book, and it's, you know, like holding on to old, yeah. Because Mum had said to him, you know, I want to send flowers to Sandra for her birthday. No, she's, you know, we had this, you know, we just had this argument over this bottle of milk or carton of milk, or, you know. And that was like 10 years ago, you know. All over a carton of milk. So Dad's like really stuck, and yeah, it's in his mind, and now it's in his body, and it's going to stay in his body, isn't it? For a while. Yeah, so I was able to go onto Facebook, and Mum had reached out to the other siblings that hadn't been talking, and sort of asked them to, you know, if you can find it in yourself to reach out to Dad and stuff. And I actually got onto Facebook because they wouldn't have seen her message because they've all blocked her because they can't stand her. And so I resent it from mine to them, requested them as friends, which they accepted, and just put an extra bit in there about, you know, my sort of things that I'd learnt here about, you know, forgiveness, and you're only hurting yourself, and, you know, we all do love and care for each other, and whatever else I'll put in there, I'm not sure. And then I haven't had much response about that side of it. And then I Skyped my mum last night. They live in Scotland, Mum's 88. And I found that I was coming, Mum was still sort of upset and hurt and talking about the past, and, you know, the son-in-laws, it's their fault that, you know, my daughter doesn't talk to me and blah, blah, blah. And I found that I was able to come from a more empowering place. Normally I'm so sensitive, I'm in tears and, you know, take on Mum's hurt and all that sort of stuff, and I was able to come from a really empowered place. And I was tapping while I was talking to her. Tried to get her to tap, but she's 87, 88, so yeah, it's, it's a bit of a challenge. And yeah, and she actually, you know, thanked me for the way that I was being towards her, with her, and it's, yeah, it's wonderful. Sort of gave her a bit of hope about, you know, the family may be reunited after all these years, because, I mean, that's all any of us want, but, you know, we're just so stuck in our crap, it's, yeah, so it's all good, looking good, and Thank you very much, everyone, for your support. Thank you. Thank you greatly, Robert, for being who you are and bringing this to us all. And I'm sorry the rest of you didn't get the opportunity that I got. Thank you.
To open up love.